Alright, here we go. Corpse Bride, I'm all ready to sit down and record. Let's do it. Why do I have a chilling sensation? Because I got closer to the desk. No, it's warm here. It's getting colder here. I don't know what that could be. I mean, it's only October 31st. I don't know what I'm worried about. There really is it's not a problem at all, right? Ah! Alright. Probably gonna keep this in. Hopefully I'll try to do some sort of transition, but did it scare you? I know it was stupid. I apologize. Oh shit. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna comb my hair. I'm gonna be right back.
A few moments later.
I'm back now. The hood just messed up the hair a little bit. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I literally just thought about it, like, right as I was sitting down to record. I was like, I should do something special for Halloween. Also, I just want to say this about, videos going forward. I'm definitely feeling more comfortable editing now, so I'm hoping to do more fun stuff like that soon, but it's going to take a while to get there because now I'm recording, a little bit more with that in mind, but when I have this backlog of videos I was doing, I wasn't. So let's actually get to the topic at hand. Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride, if you don't know, is a Tim Burton claymation movie that's also a musical about some dead people. That sounds familiar. I mean, I don't know if Jack Skellington or any of the people are really dead in The Nightmare Before Christmas, but yes, it's another Tim Burton claymation classic. Let's put it at that. And I like this better. I don't know, this is a hot take. So I actually didn't see Nightmare Before Christmas until last year. Last year was the first time I watched it for Christmas. It's the first time I ever saw it. I like this movie better. I don't know if this is a hot take or what, but yeah, I mean, they're both good. I like this one better though. So yeah, I did look, and I'm going to link in the description and hopefully put it in a pinned comment. I found a really great behind the scenes, making of video. Yeah, so they had to individually make all these puppets, and then they shot, took a picture, then moved it, took a picture, moved it, and it's sort of the culmination of those frames all going together that makes what you see. It's basically like, I don't know, I haven't really done this. I saw people in school do this all the time though. You take a post-it and you make, a thing of post-its. You make a bunch of drawings on each individual one, and then you sort of flip through them, and it looks like the characters are moving. That's what they did with actual real life puppets, and that is insane. Like, I want to give props before I even talk about the actual contents of this movie. I want to give props to anyone and everyone who worked on that for this movie, because it, like I said, it's gorgeous, and their hard work paid off. And the fact that you're like just watching puppets move for like 90 minutes, like when you stop it and think about that, it feels sort of surreal. But it's really great. I cannot give their work enough, and actually I'm going to try to find, if I can, I'm going to try and go on IMDb, put a list of the people who worked on this or something. Like, this is just, they deserve all the props in the world. So thank you all for giving us this great movie. Alright, so now let's get into the actual, plot of the movie. So, actually, okay, before I get into the plot of the movie, I did not realize, so I had seen this movie before. It's been a while, but I saw it as a kid and before and whatnot. I did not realize this was Johnny Depp. And even like, I didn't realize until it was the opening credits, and it was like, is he the main character? Because Victor, Johnny Depp's character, he's so soft, right? Like, his voice is so soft and he's so sheepish. It's kind of incredible that it's like, this is Johnny Depp, right? Like, it's just not what you think of when you think of Johnny Depp roles, but he kills it. And also another familiar face, Christopher Lee, even though he does such a tiny part. You know, he's Count Dooku and Sorman. He does a really good job in this movie, and really everyone in this movie does a good job. So, alright. Now let's get on to the plot. Okay, so Johnny Depp's character is being married off. That's a plot. It's all about an arranged marriage. You know, Johnny Depp's parents, Victor's parents, they come from more middle class or poor. Like, they're not that, you know, they're not that great. You're not super well off or anything. And he's being married off to Victoria, and the reason they, you know, whose parents are rich, and the reason they agreed to it was because they actually don't have any money. It's a facade. Victoria's parents, they got nothing left in the bank, so they're marrying off their daughter for money. They're both marrying their kids off for money. And they don't want to go through with it. But, you know, they're kind of pushed into doing it. Although actually Victor and Victoria, they share a really special meeting, and they sort of meet and they think, hey, this actually might not be that bad. I could do this. But Victor, I don't know why I said it like that. Victor Crumb, that's what the doing that voice is making me think of. But Victor fails to do his wedding vows. He does not do them that well. And yeah, that's where Christopher Lee comes in. He's a priest. I don't know that I mentioned that. And he, you know, goes into the woods. Because why wouldn't you go into the woods on a dark, scary night? No, but he does it just to kind of get away. And he practices his vows there. And he accidentally marries himself to a corpse bride. There you go. There's the plot of the movie. So in terms of the characters of this movie, everyone sucks. I mean, I'm just kidding. Only the parents suck. It's really Victor, Victoria, and Emily are and the people of the dead are actually pretty nice. The dead people are actually pretty nice. Everyone else besides them in this movie sucks. But Victor and Victoria, they're really endearing characters because they're really just forced into the situation. Victor especially, he's forced into two situations he doesn't like, right? He's forced to marry this girl that he's never heard of, and when he objects, his parents are like, I don't care. And Victoria has the same thing, which this just all goes to show, screw arranged marriages. Marry who you want. You shouldn't be forced to marry anyone, especially someone you don't know. But you know, so they're all shy, but they actually, you know, they meet each other and they get along, and they sort of try to make the best of the situation, right? Like, they're sort of like, okay, well, I mean, I'm being forced to marry you either way. It seems like you're a nice person. Right? Like, you know, basically, if we're gonna do this, might as well make the best of it. And that sort of is really endearing in them, because they don't have a choice. I mean, they could run away, which is kind of what Victor does, accidentally. But, so they are really, you know, they're sort of in a shitty, you know, they're good characters because of that. Because, like, it makes you want to root for them, that they're stuck in a shitty situation, but they're trying to make the best of it. And, you know, of course, the corpse bride, she's really sweet. It's just, she's just also stuck in a shitty situation, really, in that, well, she's dead. She's dead, and she wants to get married, but she's dead. So, you know, that's sort of sad because she thinks she finds love in Victor, but it's a relationship that can never really work. Right? Like, because he's not dead and he doesn't want to die, and she is. But I really like that. Like, something I really like about this movie is it doesn't try to paint her as the villain, the corpse bride. I mean, yes, you know, you could talk about the whole arranged marriage thing, but Victor's leaving, trying to leave her to get into an arranged marriage. Like, he, you know, they're both arranged marriages, they're both shitty. And it's just kind of like them the rules, but, you know, like, she just, like, wants love, man. Like, that's all she wants, and you can tell, you know, especially, I mean, okay. I'll talk about the ending now. You know, I was trying to keep it more spoiler free. Really, okay, wait, no. Scratch all that. I will talk about the ending. I will keep talking about this movie a little bit more. Then I'll talk about spoilers. Something else I want to touch on real fast before I go into spoilers is the music of this movie is actually it's really solid. Like, I sort of had the same realization as when I had Nightmare Before Christmas. I was like, wait, this is a musical? Like, again, I've seen this movie when I was a kid, so it's you know, and I watched it a couple times since then, but it's been a while. I would say at least like 5 years since I've seen this movie, and so probably longer, but you know, it's been a while. And so watching this movie again, and again, when it opened on a song, like Nightmare did, it was sort of like, this is a musical now? What happened? I mean, it's great, and it works for that. I was just really surprised, because it's not something that, like, you feel like would pair well with having music. Like, but it does, and it works, and it's great. And I think that again, sort of what I called the showstopper, the song where they're explaining like the corpse bride's past, I think that is the best song in the movie. It's really, really good. I encourage you guys all to give it a listen. The other thing I really want to talk about before I mention going to spoilers is the humor. The dark humor of this movie is great. There's so many just like jokes about like the dead people. Like there's this running gag with one guy who got split in half a bunch, and there's like multiple scenes where I think there's one where he's like coming through, he's trying to get around someone, he like splits in half and like goes past them. Like, it's just really funny.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you.
If you ask me, your boyfriend is kind of jumpy.
He's not my boyfriend. He's my husband.
Victor, where have you gone?
I'll keep an eye out for him.
Like, I love the humor and sort of the colorfulness of the Land of the Dead, right? Like, you know, and it's such an interesting contrast. And like I said, all the people in the Land of the Dead are nice, they're cheery, they're happy, and that land is so colorful. And then you compare that to the Land of the Living, everyone besides Victor and Victoria is an ass, and it's so dreary. It's almost like, wouldn't you rather spend your time in the Land of the Dead? But you know, it's just, I don't know. It's sort of interesting that it sort of, I guess, portrays it that way, because life can be really shitty sometimes, I guess. But I don't know. And just the set design is really good too. I don't know. A lot of the stuff, movies, it's just good. Alright, so I don't really think I'm going to be able to dance around it much longer. I'm going to talk about spoilers for this movie. you haven't seen it, you should. It's really, really good. It's I would say it's the right time, but I mean, this is gonna come out on Halloween, so just go watch it. You can watch it a day or two after Halloween. It doesn't matter, but just go watch it. It's really, really good. And yeah, so that's also your spoiler warning. I'm going to talk about spoilers now. Let's get into it. Okay, so the reason I was so hesitant to talk that much about Emily is because if we're going to talk about Emily, we have to talk about the ending of this movie. We have to. And I don't mean the part where you find out the killer or the person who left her for dead or tried to kill her was the dude who tried to, who married Victoria while Victor was in the land of the dead. I mean that was great foreshadowing. Like you can see, and actually I was rewatching that song just for this video, just to get my head better around the movie. Cause I'm a little out of it today. I would push it to do this for a different day, but if I want to get this out by Halloween, it really has to be now. So I'm sorry that came off, but you can see in the shadow of the song, when they're talking about the person she's engaged with, it has like the right shape to match him. I hope I can show that. And also, you get the implication. He says he reveals his evil plan that he's going to, shortly after he killed Victoria. Shortly after he's going to marry Victoria, he's going to kill her for the money. So, you can kind of just put two and two together and guess that he was probably the one who killed Emily too. But no, the reason why I want to talk about the ending is what happens in the ending is Victor finds out that Victoria married someone else, and so he's like, fuck it. Victor is like, well, this is the person I thought I liked, and my parents are gonna hate me for this. Screw it, let me kill myself. And I know that sounds like a joke. It's really not. The plot point of the ending of this movie, so basically it comes out by the skeleton priest, that their marriage isn't, I guess, right, because he's alive and she's dead. And so the only way to really consummate that marriage is for him to die. And they set up this plan to do a wedding in the land of the living, and in order to make it official, he has to drink this poison. I also have to say, I completely misremembered how this movie ended. Totally, like 100%, I completely misremembered how that movie ended. I thought it was one of those movies where he sort of meets this other person and then falls in love with them and winds up with them forever. So I thought Victor drank the poison and they got married. And I was convinced that, and until that wasn't what happened, I was still pretty sure that's what was going to happen. But what stops Victor isn't him. He's still set on doing it. It's Emily. And this is why she is the star of the show, is because she realizes, through him trying to escape and go with other woman, Victoria, she sort of realizes that what she's doing or what she did is wrong. And I didn't make this comparison when I was watching it. It sort of reminds me of Doki Doki Literature Club. If you guys have any idea what I'm talking about. But I'm just gonna quickly what was the song called? Shit. Oh, let's see. I'm just gonna read like the last line of the song, the ending song for Doki Doki Literature Club. And in your reality, if I don't know how to love you, I'll leave you be. And like, I know it's a bit of a different situation, but it's kind of like, she basically comes to realize that it's wrong, right? Like, she had her life taken away from her prematurely, and she never got the chance to wed. And while that sucks for her, she's taking that chance by asking Victor to take his life. She's taking that chance away from someone else so she could be happy. And she basically sees that that is an incredibly selfish thing to do, and that the right thing for her to do, again, you know, I mean, she loves Victor, you can see it. And, you know, I guess the thing with love is, I guess the thing with love, what am I saying? The thing with love is that, you know, obviously you want the best for that person, and so it's heartbreaking because you can see or sort of realize, I'm not the right thing for him, right? Like, if I truly want the best for him, I have to let him go because he has so much of his life ahead of him, and it's so wrong of me to deprive that from him. And what makes it all the sadder is you can see how much she's enjoying it, right? Like when they go to the land of the living and she's like, oh, this is beautiful, and she does this dance, and throughout the whole thing, like, she's just so happy. She's so happy she found someone. It's so sad. Like, and what's sort of amazing about this movie is it's sort of, I don't want to say it hides it, because it doesn't hide it. It doesn't pretend like it's something it's not. But the charm of this movie, the charm of the claymation, of the songs, of the charismatic characters, of Victor being kidnapped, it hides all of this. Like, when you really stop back and peel back what's going on in this movie, it's so tragic. Again, like you know, again, watching so close, again, just to kind of, I want to do the best job I can for this review, and it's sort of, you know, I mean, I saw it like last week, so it wasn't like that long ago, but still, you know, her, you know, saying like, I'm so glad, you know, you thought of this when they're going to the land of the living. Her being so sad and hurt when she finds Victor and Victoria together.
You lied to me! Just to get back to that other woman!
Don't you understand? You're the other woman.
No! You're married to me! She's the other woman!
She's got a point.
And I thought this was all going so well!
Like, so sad. It's just, it's what it is, but it's also what makes this movie so damn good. But she's not the only one who sort of plays with these subtleties. I mean, Victor, you know, Victor doesn't hate her. Let's see, Victor doesn't hate her. I mean, he's willing to, you know, after he sees Victoria getting married to someone else, he's willing to provide that for her. He sees how upset she is and how much it hurt her to see him with someone else. And of course, while it's wrong, you know, because the relationship never worked out, he married her on accident, it's still like, I don't want to hurt her. Like, she seems like a nice person, and that kind of is sad. And poor Victoria, she gets the real short end of the stick. She sort of reminds me of, what, I don't know, Frankenstein's monster in Nightmare Before Christmas, but like the female one, whatever her name is, I don't remember what her name was. who is in love with Jack Skellington and keeps escaping, Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein to help him out. It sort of feels similar, where she gets like the short end of the stick. Like first, Victor runs away, and then he goes to the underworld. Then he goes to the underworld. Then he comes back, and Victoria meets Emily and is like, "Oh my God, this person I was supposed to marry is married to a dead woman. What the heck is going on?" And then she gets deemed crazy and is married off to the villain. And then she gets a happy ending. Like it's just a crazy roller coaster for her to get there. And that's also kind of sad, but yeah. But anyway, I mean that's. I don't really think I mean it feels weird that this is like significantly shorter than the TV show reviews I have way in the back, for Clone Wars and shit. But also because this is a movie. Right, this is like 90 minutes of content compared to like. Well, okay, so if a Clone Wars season is 22 episodes, 22 minutes, 20 times 20 is 400. 400 minutes. Just as an approximation. It's definitely more than that. So there's obviously a lot more to come through. Let's see. 400 divided by 60. 40 divided by 6. What is that? That's 6 with 4 left over. So 6 hours plus. And it's honestly probably closer to 7. So, there's a lot more content to talk about in those than this, but this movie, guys, I hope you enjoyed me talking about it. I tried to hit everything. I tried to not miss anything, because like I said, I'm feeling a little out of it today, but it sort of has to get done now if I want this to come out by Halloween. So, hope you guys enjoyed. And, there should be more movie reviews to come. So the next review I want to record after this is Clone Wars is just getting pushed back. I want to do Dune Part 1 before Dune Part 2 comes out. So that will probably be the next review to come out after this. Or who knows, maybe Clone Wars Season 4 will come out before this. I can't believe I said when I was recording Season 7 that I want to get them all out by Halloween. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I made progress on Season 4, but I have 5, 6, 7 to get it done in a couple weeks. No, that's not. And this video, because obviously this video has to be done by Halloween. That's not gonna happen. Hopefully I'll get them out by Christmas. That could be the Christmas present to myself. Although there's more to watch now, because I finished Rebels Season 1. So now I have to record that. Which is... it's a mess. But anyway, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And you should really watch this movie. It's a great movie. Perfect for the Halloween spirit. So, that out of the way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more stuff like this, like, subscribe. Look at this graph. And I think someone else wants to say bye, right? Bright Boo, don't you want to say bye? Yeah, wasn't that intro great? Good intro man up. Yeah. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. See you soon.